30 days and counting. The second Trump administration enters its second month after creating a lot of news since the inauguration. And joining me is NBC's Kristen Welker, moderator of Meet the Press. Kristen, it's always great to be with you. We know that you'll be going inside the numbers of the president's first 30 days. We know a lot has happened in the last 30 days. What strikes you the most about what we've seen so far?
Well, Faith, good to be with you. A couple of key takeaways so far. The president's approval rating at 45%, pretty similar to where it was post-inauguration when it was at 47%. That's below where most presidents are at this point in their presidency. At the same time, it's above where he was at this point in his first term. Another big takeaway, 57% of Americans say President Trump has exceeded his authority since taking office. That is significant. They feel as though he's not delivering enough on things like the economy and the border. Remember, those are some of the key issues, part of why he was elected, Faith. So from his perspective, he believes that he has a mandate to carry out his agenda. And so we have seen swift, bold movements by this president in his second term. But again, a backlash from some of those who believe he's just taking some of those cuts way too far.
And Kristen, we've also seen a shift on how the United States views the Ukraine-Russia conflict. We know you'll be speaking with Oklahoma Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin on Sunday. Kristen, how do Republicans handle the comments that we are seeing from the Trump administration, which is really shaking up decades of U.S. policy?
It is shaking up decades of U.S. policy, Faith. That's exactly the right way to think about it, with President Trump saying that the president of Ukraine is a dictator. That's factually just not the case. He's democratically elected. He did suspend elections, he says, because the country's in the middle of a war. But of course, it's Vladimir Putin who's been in power for 25 years. And then also holding talks with Russia first before really having significant talks with Ukraine. So all of this has prompted a backlash from from Ukraine's president, I should say. And then the White House has become increasingly critical of President Zelensky for those reasons. I had, of course, a chance to sit down exclusively with President Zelensky last week on the sidelines of the Munich Security Conference when he said that Ukraine had to have a seat at the table, that they would not accept any deal in which Ukraine felt cut out. He also said, when I asked him, do you feel like President Trump is negotiating in good faith? He said, I hope so. So tensions really mounting between the United States and Ukraine. We'll have to see how this all ends. But President Trump says he is determined to end this war. He says the killing has to stop, Faith.
Meet the Press airs Sunday morning at 10,
Thanks.
followed by the Georgia vote. We'll see you then.